Alright, so here we are in front of the elephants. Cool thing about these guys is that they have really, really long fronts, and that's cool. And that's pretty much all there is to say.
Picture this. It's a nice spring afternoon, 2014, crisp 70 degrees out. Just get home from school, right? It was a hard day, the work's piling up, things are happening. Life kind of sucks, but it doesn't have to be this way. You throw on YouTube, right? And all of your worries start to melt away, The new FNAF just dropped. The latest video game, you watch Jacksepticeye Markiplier, see what the latest Let's Play is. Gaming ain't your thing, that's alright. Throw on some Smosh, watch a nice, skit video. We gotta figure out if the pink sprinkled donut's finally gonna win this year's food battle. I mean, the list of these classic YouTubers goes on, right? I mean, Jenna Marbles, I don't know. I'm trying to...
Am I allowed to chime in now?
Yeah, you can chime in.
You picked a really bad start.
No, I'm not even saying she's a good YouTuber. I'm just thinking of, all these old big YouTubers,
You're like
right?
all the classics.
All the
Jenna
classics.
Marbles. Did you watch Jenna Marbles?
No, I did not.
I didn't. Yeah. Yeah, the scene in YouTube has really changed in the last 10
No, but
years.
what other classic ones are there? I wasn't trying to focus too heavily on gaming, but
Well, yeah, but gaming Let's Plays were really big then.
they were. I mean,
The only thing I feel like you missed the mark on there was Minecraft YouTubers, and all of them have kind of gone down the drain.
I was
these days.
about to get to that, so let's refocus now. Now imagine that same scenario I just pictured for you, right? That beautiful day. It wasn't a great day, but it was better when you pulled up YouTube. And now you do the same thing in 2022, and it looks a lot different, right?
Yeah.
You look at most of these classic YouTubers, some of them have either retired, maybe semi-retired, where they just don't upload as often, completely disappeared off the face of the planet, or they moved on and they make completely different content, and then there's the ones that, went down in a big ball of fire. Let's think of Sky Does Minecraft.
Ray William Johnson.
Ray, well, he's a little older. I was thinking more recent examples, like Sky Does Minecraft. We don't want to talk about him. Shane Dawson, who had a million controversies.
What? All these people existed. They all existed in the same time frame.
No, I know, but I mean now. Think of how many controversies Shane Dawson's had.
Wait, is Sky Does Minecraft still around?
No, he's selling his channel because of all the allegations and
controversies.
controversies.
Okay, I was gonna say
him.
I didn't think. Well, he hasn't made Minecraft stuff.
No, I know.
In years.
I'm saying is an example of a YouTuber who's fallen, and I think Shane Dawson's another high-profile example, as I mentioned. And then we're not even going to talk about the man who was looking for a cupcake on that fateful day. He was a classic YouTuber, and
I don't know. I don't know that I'd call him a classic YouTuber.
but he was around for forever.
Yeah, but he wasn't he was like a meme. He wasn't like a classic YouTuber. I wasn't
No,
like,
I know,
let's watch the redacted.
No, you can't. We can't talk about
Let's
him.
watch the redacted Eagles win the Super Bowl video.
Yeah, okay.
Is that on the nose enough?
Yeah, that's not. I think everyone knows what we're talking about, but it's just there's many examples of all these YouTubers who have fallen from grace. And now, what inspired this video idea was, yesterday I was just looking at the top 50 most subscribed YouTubers, right? Mm-hmm. And even back then when I was watching, and when we were I don't know, 10 to 14, let's just say, as a general age range, because the golden age of YouTube is, putting an exact year on that is hard because some people are going to disagree. Some people would probably say it was before Google ever bought YouTube, and that's just so far back that for a majority of YouTube's lifetime, Google has owned it.
That's kind of true. When did Google buy it?
2006.
2006?
When it was created in 2003 or something? I don't know.
Oh, you're right.
But,
I don't remember it before then.
Well, yeah.
The golden age was definitely right when Google bought it.
Sorry, no, it was created in 2005 and Google bought it in 2006, so it really wasn't. It's been owned by Google for
nobody's
going to
argue
lifetime.
that though.
No, but I'm going to say 2010 to 2015 is the golden age. You okay
are
with that?
Wrong.
I know, but you disagree with that?
You're way off the mark.
What years do you think is better?
Probably 2007 through 2012.
Okay.
That was the golden age.
I would say 2006. Right after 2016 was when we saw the nosedive, I would argue.
That was when the significant nosedive was, but that era of what I said, 2006, 2007 up until 2012, maybe 2013, 14, was definitely when they had given creators the most freedom. Like, I don't know. I liked it early on because, obviously then I didn't think about it, but the incentive was different. Like, there was no monetization, really. Like, you could make money on YouTube, but, like, a lot of those big YouTubers, that was a hobby.
No. It depends on the size, but even back then, like...
No, not like...
What year are you talking about? You're talking 2007 or 2012?
I'm talking like 2007.
Okay, well, that's... Well, yeah, but YouTube only been around for 2 years at that point.
No, I know. But, I mean, you can tell the difference in quality. It's people just kind of doing something they love rather than, like... Insert YouTuber name doing clickbait. Roman Atwood killing my son prank. Like...
Okay. We're not getting into that. But, so, back to my original thing was, like, I was looking at the top 50 most subscribed channels. And back in, I would say in 2012, there was definitely a lot of people who did it as a job. Not in 2007, but definitely in 2012, there's definitely enough big YouTubers that were doing it and making decent money.
Yeah.
But even if I didn't watch the top YouTubers, I still knew who they were. I still knew who PewDiePie was, even though if I didn't like really watch his content. But I'm looking at this top 50, and the top 7 channels all have over 100 million subscribers, and I didn't know half of them. I'm looking at this top 50, and I just don't know that many of them. And a lot of them are, in terms of like who are actual YouTubers in this list, there's like 5 of them that are actual YouTubers and not like either a company, a kid's channel, or like a celebrity.
Okay, I recognize some.
I mean, like, T-Series is number 1 with 227 million. They're like way ahead of everyone else. And then Cocomelon and then Set India are 2 and 3. And like, there's a lot of these like big Indian entertainment companies on here. And I understand why YouTube's pushing India so hard, because let's be honest, they've kind of maxed out their subscriber base in like America and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like America and Europe. I mean, I think I was looking at something that like over 90% of kids today say they use YouTube. Like, that's an insane like market share if you think about it.
This is funny. This is kind of unrelated, but it took me. I'm going to find a list now, so I can look at it with you. And the first 3 lists I looked at still labeled PewDiePie as number 1, which he's now number 4.
Well, how old are these lists?
Like top search results. Like top of the search results for most popular YouTubers 2022. And it still has the subscriber count for PewDiePie at 111 million. So like, it's not different. Yeah, I mean, I recognize some of these. Oh, Lord, 5-minute crafts.
Oh yeah, they're up. They're number 13. But I'm just saying, if you look at this list, like, how many of these are actual YouTubers? I mean, PewDiePie,
Dude Perfect,
all right, well, let's go down the list. We have PewDiePie and MrBeast at 4 and 5. Okay, PewDiePie doesn't make that much content anymore, and MrBeast as well. MrBeast, he's kind of an outlier, so.
Yeah, you got a couple of kids channels.
I mean, 5-minute crafts, I would say, is, I guess, technically
WWE.
Would you consider 5-minute crafts like a really, like a...
5-minute crafts is like an OG YouTuber. They've been around for a long time.
They have. Definitely.
What is Vlad and Nikki?
I have no idea. I've never heard of them before.
I've heard of Blackpink. I'm surprised they're a band, aren't they?
Yeah, no, I'm
surprised that they're so big on YouTube.
Blackpink is a K-pop group. Or
yeah,
something?
I know. I'm just surprised that their numbers are so big on YouTube.
But I'm saying, like, if you're looking at these markets, we have like Korea and.
Yeah, well, and I think some of that could definitely be chalked up to the expansion YouTube's had into other parts of the world, where it was predominantly American in that golden age we're talking about. Most YouTubers were American that were pulling views. I mean, the internet was still young, and it wasn't as big as it is now. I mean, now YouTube is a platform that's free to use, free to upload on, like, so people in all these other countries are also using it. So there's more competition in that top 25, top 25, top 50.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I mean, YouTube's obviously heavily pushing Korea and India and these other markets just because, like, they don't, because yeah, like I said, they maxed out their base in America. Because I think like the only other social media platform that was like anywhere close to the percentage of kids that use it was TikTok at like 67%, which is still insanely high, but like no one was close to the 90% that YouTube had. I mean, just looking down this list, we said it was like PewDiePie, MrBeast, 5 Minute Crafts.
I mean, wow.
Dude Perfect.
Honestly, after you get past like the top 10, it's mostly musicians.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, look, there's a ton in
musicians.
India.
It's musicians, kids channels, and there's some Indian stuff in there. There's actually not as much as I thought there would be.
There's a lot.
I mean, I don't actually know which of these are like the ones that appear to be written in Hindi.
No, the list I have shows what country they're from.
Oh, okay. The one I'm looking at does not, so I don't actually know.
Yeah, but I'm saying like my issue. Not that I have like anything against YouTube pushing in these international, like these other countries. Just that, I mean, like all of these Indian channels aren't YouTubers; they're companies, which kind of just like leaves more of a sour taste in my mouth because it's like I'd like to see some actual like Indian YouTubers on this list that are. I mean, I'm sure there are some very big Indian YouTubers, but this list is dominated by music labels. And I mean, T-Series is an entertainment company.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of these are individual musicians, and if it's not a musician, it's a record company.
Yeah, I mean, I guess WWE is up here too.
Like, I mean, I'm looking at the top 100, I think, right now. Top 100, yeah, and most of these are musicians. There's a few like, still, I mean, just because you brought it up in the intro, there's still some Let's Play YouTubers, and they tend to be. But
they're not. They not tend in the top 50
Yeah,
anymore.
no, I know.
They used to be.
Like you got the only ones you really got at this point are like SS Sniper Wolf.
Is she on
she's
this
77th.
list? Oh, you're looking at top 100.
Yeah, she's number 77. Pretty much that's like her and Markiplier. I don't really see any other. I mean, Markiplier is just barely above her, but I don't really see a whole lot of other. Oh, Dream, I guess. Dream's up there.
All right, now I'm looking at 50 through 100.
God bless.
I mean, like you said, like let's be generous and say that out of the top 100, 10 of them are actual YouTubers.
Yeah.
That's insane. 10 of them are legitimate YouTubers that actually are like, YouTube is what they're known for. These bands and entertainment companies, I mean, I guess the kids channels too, but I'm going to kind of put the kids channels in their own separate category.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, that's the other thing is, like, when I remember using YouTube, I was a kid, and that wasn't, like, kid. I mean, not to say that we should have been watching that, but it wasn't, like, the kids' content that's on YouTube now, where it's, like, now it's, like, the whole point is that you get, like, dragged in and then watch all of their videos on autoplay, which is different. I mean, we don't do that because we're, like, a long-format thing. You don't just sit. I hope you don't sit and binge all these, wasting your time.
No. Come on, I told you, just listen to this podcast. Puts you right to sleep.
Yeah. Listen to it while you go to sleep. Don't listen to it for 14 hours straight.
No, but I mean, you also have to remember that a lot of these kids channels, like, they're propped up by the YouTube Kids app.
Yeah.
Which is just like a world that we're just not aware of because we don't use it.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of YouTube Kids, especially because of, like, the controversies they've had with, like, stuff slipping through the cracks and then very upset parents. But, like, to be honest, because of the kind of freedom that YouTube, like, has always offered and still does offer, I mean, you can't get monetized if you do anything controversial unless you get sponsors. But, like, to be honest, kids shouldn't really be using this app.
Well,
like,
the way I see it is that the YouTube Kids app is a good idea. Keep kids on a separate platform where they don't get exposed to a lot of the stuff on regular YouTube. It's a good idea in principle. The issue is that YouTube does not do a good job of running it. And that they let, like you said, a lot of things slip through the cracks because they don't keep a tight ship, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, also, once you reach age, 8, 7...
Well, I think 13 is when you're allowed to create your own account.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, once you reach that age of 7 or 8, you kind of start to understand that, like, there's other stuff out there. It's not going to be that hard for those same kids to leapfrog off of the YouTube Kids platform into, regular YouTube, and then the world is your oyster. I mean, you have the whole internet at your fingertips.
Well, you also have to think about, like, you could just go on YouTube without having an account and watch
Yeah.
most things. Not everything, but you can watch most things.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that at least you have to have the account for, like, the age-restricted content.
Well, they're just doing that to save themselves because they don't want
I know.
another adpocalypse.
A real problem that I've kind of had with YouTube these days. Hopefully they don't delete our channel for me saying this, but it seems like them, and it's not just them, it's a lot of companies, has started to kind of like get real soft, and they want to like cater to kids now because those young kids are like on the internet at such a young and impressionable age, which I get, but it's like you're catering specifically to them, and you're doing like kind of anti-creator things because it's not ad-friendly, which really just means it's not kid-friendly because it's not suitable for everybody to watch it. It kind of sucks because it's like you're working against the people that got you here, you know? And I'm not even really talking about us. It's people more that are a few years older than us that really started out YouTube and turned it into what it is. You know, like they're censoring them, and like you really got to be careful about what you say on the platform now because YouTube doesn't like when you say naughty things.
I mean, the algorithm's been like that for a while, ever since all of those advertisers kind of pulled, because there's been like so many controversies, like that one I'm not gonna name the family member, the family that was like doing stuff to their kids, and then people reported on it, and it was like, YouTube, why are you letting this
Is that
be I don't want to get into it.
Is that the one that I'm thinking of?
Yeah
Yeah
that one.
God,
like, it's just because they've had these issues in the past, and they never really like fully fix it. Their solution was, oh, you're uploading a video, is it for kids, yes or no? Just click one.
Yeah, click yes or no. And that's how stuff gets onto the YouTube Kids app too.
Yeah, it's definitely like they YouTube needs to work out a system where they can actually keep the kids on the Kids app.
Yeah.
And I don't have like a perfect solution for that, but it's something they definitely need to like. I mean, they have billions of dollars. I'm sure they can figure out something.
Yeah, well, YouTube also like does not actually make that much money for them.
Well, they do. I mean, they make a ton of money from advertising.
Not as much as you think, I don't think, because like also you got people like us that their service has to be able to uphold us uploading, even though we make no money for them.
Oh, you mean the server, like the bandwidth and the servers?
Like there's tons of people that upload stuff that don't make any money and stuff, and they still have to support those people and have the platform for them.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like that one guy who
money,
do you see one guy has 2 million videos and uploads like video every minute? And just because a bot, just the bot goes.
How many subscribers does he have?
I don't remember.
10, 15.
I know Critical just did a video on him, but he literally uploads a video like every minute.
I can't believe we're name dropping YouTubers. I've been censoring myself.
Well, why? I name dropped a ton of YouTubers in the beginning.
No, I know.
I mean, Critical's been around for. He's one of the few YouTubers that hasn't changed as much as some of the other ones. Like, he just sits there and makes the same video in the same white T-shirt, just talking about whatever he wants.
I don't know how he's so popular.
I still like his content.
It's all right.
But I kind of want to get back and kind of not focus on the YouTube. And also, YouTube's revenue was $30 billion last year, so.
Oh, damn. All right. I guess they make more money than I thought they would.
I mean, that doesn't. You're right. This is just revenue, not. That doesn't. That's not including how much they're spending on like servers and stuff, and how much they pay out to YouTubers. But they're still making at least a couple billion in profit.
That's true. Yeah,
I want to actually focus on
this pathetic tiny company.
Yeah, see, this tiny company that makes no money. So sad. Wait, just think about it for a second. How crazy is it, like, the monopoly YouTube has over video sharing?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy, especially since a lot of its competitors have just kind of died.
No, there is no. The only other competitor is Vimeo, and that's Vimeo holds a totally.
Whoa!
What?
Somebody has never heard of Daily Mail.
That's not a video sharing platform.
It is.
No, it's a newspaper from the UK. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
I would disagree.
DailyMail.com is a UK newspaper.
Okay.
What do you mean you disagree? That's objectively what they are. And as I was saying, Vimeo is like it's not like YouTube at all. That platform serves a totally different purpose. It's mostly just uploading professional stuff and like educational stuff.
It seems they've restructured
What do you mean they restructured? It's been around for...
No. Just trust me on this one, AJ. Trust me, it's different than it used to be.
It's a tabloid newspaper. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I just looked at the website. It's different than I remember it being.
But it was never a video sharing website. Like
Okay.
like YouTube is. It was never that. I think you're mixing up. I think you're thinking of a different website.
I have to be. It just has like the same similar logo. I have no idea what it is then.
I have no idea, but
It's some off-brand video sharing site that is now dead.
no, I know, but like you have to think about like YouTube basically has zero competition if you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Because the only like I would say it's more like indirect competition is with like Instagram and TikTok with their like shorts, but that's also like
That's different.
but they also don't have that same kind of like short form content that those.
Well, you have to think to think about this from Google's perspective, and like they look at these companies. So there's like the big five, where they look at like Apple and Amazon and Facebook and Microsoft, and they're like, basically we're just competing for people's attentions.
Yeah.
You could throw Netflix and then Disney in there maybe too in terms of like streaming services, because YouTube's main competitor would in theory be streaming services or like video games, because if you're doing one of those two things, you're not on YouTube,
Yeah. Well,
or vice versa.
I don't know that video games would be a competitor with YouTube because
No,
it's not
it
really
is.
the same.
No, it has nothing to do with being the same. It's just if you're playing a video game, I mean, in theory, you could still watch YouTube in the background, but at least like the way Netflix, I think I've heard some Netflix or some other streaming service executive said, like, yeah, YouTube's probably the biggest competitor we have. Because if your kids are watching YouTube videos, guess what they're not watching? They're not watching Disney Plus. They're not watching Netflix.
Yeah. Well,
They're
I
watching
mean,
YouTube.
like that. Well, then isn't everything in competition with each other? Then, like that would be
Yes,
like saying.
but I'm talking about specifically in this entertainment
I
sphere.
know. Yeah, but I guess you're saying video games. It's like, but like that's like saying that YouTube is in competition with Wendy's because you're sitting at home watching YouTube, not at Wendy's. Like,
Yeah, okay, yeah, but I meant just in terms of entertainment, because you're sitting at home on your Xbox or PlayStation playing a
I
video
guess so.
game is a little bit more of a direct comparison than if you're driving down the highway.
yeah. So Southwestern Airlines' newest biggest competitor is YouTube because if you're watching YouTube, guess what you're not doing? Flying on their planes.
Well, you can still watch YouTube on the plane if you download the videos. You pay the $10
You pay $10 a month to download videos.
for YouTube Premium.
You know, I like this one. I'm gonna watch this one later.
That's what the watch later tab is for.
I don't use Watch Later.
You know, I use it all the time.
I don't, dude. I use it, but I don't look at it. I'm like, oh, I'll watch this one later, and then I look at my Watch Later, and I'm
Me
like,
and you consume content very differently, though.
probably. I have a really short attention span. If I see something, I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it right now. I'm never going to watch
Yeah,
it.
I'm like, I do not work that way at all.
No, I'm not methodical with things I watch. I'm like, oh, it's there right now. I'll watch it because if I get off of YouTube, it's not gonna be there later, and I'm never gonna look it up.
Yeah, that does sound like you.
Yeah.
But I just want to talk about how YouTube kind of looks today, and like, actually something that I thought of was like, you know, like people be like, oh, we have like the new YouTubers like Jake Paul and Logan Paul. You know,
They're not YouTubers.
Okay, but you know what I mean. You've heard people
Yes.
say that, right?
Yes.
They're not. They've been on the platform for a long time. They're not really new YouTubers anymore, if you think about it.
Yeah, they're just like.
That's just something people have been saying for a while, but like they're not really new.
What do they even make? Like, is it? I know they're vloggers, but
They
like,
do vlogs. I mean, Logan, again, they both focus on boxing now.
yeah,
And a lot of their
but it's like
content's
they're
tailored around
like their
that.
old content, like when Logan Paul did the big oops in a foreign country. Like, what kind of content do they even like? Did they even make then?
Well, Logan Paul has his podcast, and then yeah, they just do vlogs, I guess.
Oh, that's right, that terrible piece of shit garbage podcast. I hate that one.
Yeah, it's not ours.
That's our direct competition.
It's not. You should not be listening to Logan. You should be
We're
listening to
clawing
this
our way to the
podcast
top.
only. Only this podcast, no other one.
Yeah,
Because we hate competition.
we hate competition.
we want a monopoly over all of podcasting.
Oh yeah,
Because this requires so much effort.
you
and
know, because
energy.
there's only like 20 million of them on YouTube.
Nah. Do you know YouTube's actually the biggest podcasting platform?
I believe it because it's easy to upload on.
Well, yeah, that's true. But I mean,
Like I know Anchor gets us on Spotify. Shout out to our 20 or 30 Anchor listeners.
oh,
But like
But they're not
YouTube-
listening on Anchor. They're listening on Spotify or Apple or
No,
Google.
no. I mean, yeah. Our shout out to our. Well, I said Anchor because it's just all those other things. Like they get us on those platforms, but like YouTube, you can directly upload to. Like it's different, you know. Much more accessible.
I would agree with that, and you also have to think about like Spotify, right? I have no idea. I totally lost my train of thought.
You lost your point?
I totally lost my train of thought.
It's all right. I think Spotify's good. It's definitely better than Apple Music.
It's because it has the dark theme. That's
No,
the other
Apple
reason.
Music, you can equip the dark theme, but...
It's not the same, though.
Yeah, because you still got... I don't know. Well, the black and green, it's like... I don't know. It's like Xbox. Yeah, we're big Xbox players here.
Xbox players.
We like the Xbox. I just got the new Xbox, everybody. Finally, after like years of running on the refurbished Xbox One S. I just wanted to share that. My little victory over Fallout 4 still crashes.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I was going to say we're on iHeartRadio now.
Oh, let's go.
Dub.
That was it?
Yep, that was it.
What does that have to do with Spotify? You're like, Spotify
I don't
is...
know. I completely lost my train of thought.
Well,
You know what happens when you just space out sometimes?
that is literally every day for me.
That's crazy.
That is like literally all the time.
Let's wrap up our YouTube talk about like how YouTube is today. So, you know,
Sucks.
No. YouTube is fantastic. We love YouTube, right?
Love it. It's so good, guys.
Right?
It's so
YouTube algorithm-
fantastic. Like you got the like homepage, like the recommended, and like none of it is anything you've ever watched. But you're like, you look at it and you're like, yo, this shit is fire. Like they're all good banger videos that YouTube recommends to you. I could not suggest the platform more.
Yeah,
I am not.
Did you hear that algorithm? We love YouTube.
I am not advertising cigarettes this episode.
But
Only YouTube. I'll advertise. They're the best. Oh my god.
But you have to think about it. Like, YouTube is just so. Remember the wait. I remember my point now. I was just trying to keep talking until I remembered my point. And I actually
that's why I filled in.
You remember the YouTube trending tab and how it used to be like right on the phone?
Oh yeah.
You just like right in the phone app and you just click it. I kind of missed that, even though it was always like controversial because they'd always just throw like Jimmy Fallon or Stephen Colbert there instead
It was
of
like,
actual
here's your
YouTubers.
regular TV.
Here's like the regular stuff that was. It'd either be like the new Marvel trailer or like late night. But I kind of miss it because now it's shorts. It's just not the same.
I think it's better. I mean, it really like YouTube had this. It was like this shift, this phase shift, where it went from like gaming montages, like quick scopes in Modern Warfare, to like Jimmy Fallon best jokes Saturday Night Live October 17th montage. So like, bro, what happened? The gaming YouTubers died, and it became a cable platform. It's just cable too.
All right, ready?
with
I just
shorter
pulled
ads.
up as a little experiment. I just pulled up YouTube, not signed into anything.
Let's see
what we
got.
got.
How about you just? We got a little bit of time. How about you just read off like four
Top four right here.
Top four.
We have He Let the Intrusive Thoughts Win. Daily Dose of Internet. 4 hours ago.
Who posted that?
Daily Dose of Internet.
Oh, that's the channel. Oh
yeah,
boy,
that's the channel. We have Darman, busy dad.
Oh my god, there's a new there's a new Darman.
4 days ago.
I'm looking this up.
We have the infographic show, and it's about World War II. Great. We have a Sniper Wolf video, obviously.
Obviously, there's a Sniper Wolf
Beast
video.
React video. There's Coco Melon, and then shorts.
That was definitely more than 4, but they all sounded about the same. About the same in terms of quality.
Like, obviously, this whole thing about YouTube becoming more corporate, like that's been a thing people have been saying for like
Years.
7 years. I feel like almost like 7 years at this point.
Oh, it's probably been longer than that.
Maybe. But it's not even like, it's just corporations now. It's just like, what is any of this content? It's just,
You know what it's like? I feel like this is a good good high note to leave off on. See, it's like cooking frogs. Are you familiar with that analogy?
no.
Well, you cook frogs alive. You put them in a pot of slightly warm water, and you just raise the temperature so slightly that they don't notice until they're dying.
This does not sound happy.
That's what they're doing to us. Is they're just over the last decade, they've just slowly been bleeding us dry, siphoning us into just cable. Think about it. Like it's like first it was like first it was like the unskippable 15-second ads, and then it was the 2 ads.
Now it's 3.
And sprinkled in the middle, it's just like, hey, here's cable TV on YouTube. oh hey, now you can rent and watch movies on YouTube.
But it's free though. Cable you had to pay like $80 a month for.
I know. Well, yeah, okay, I'm not saying this is as bad as
you
cable.
still had ads and you paid $80.
Hold on. Cable is like a whole different thing. Cable is like, why would you pay for it at all? I mean, even though now all the streaming services together cost like just as much as cable.
No, again, I don't want this whole video just be us trashing on YouTube, but it's more like just to kind of like remember the old YouTube, because I mean part of it's also nostalgia, so like I can't like blame a kid who's watching YouTube today to be like, oh, like when I say old YouTube was better, that's really only from my perspective because that's what I was watching YouTube. Because who's to say that 10 years from now, when whatever like the 12-year-olds now are in their 20s and they look at whatever YouTube is like
man.
Like they're like, I want MrBeast back, I want Logan Paul back because that was the golden age of YouTube. And I think it'll be interesting to see.
They're wrong, but I see where you're coming from.
They're actually objectively incorrect.
They're objectively wrong. Thank you for sharing your opinion. It's still wrong. Yeah, this is just like cynical nostalgia.
But that's like if you think about it, like we're always gonna look back at like old YouTube and our old video games and our old TV shows with like the rose-colored glasses. Because,
the rose-tinted lens.
The thing. This is something I've heard people that I've heard. I forgot who said it, but it was like you were just happier. Oh no, remember it was Jacksepticeye who said it. It's like you don't miss the old me. You just miss how you felt when you were watching that video because you were happier back then.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He's one of the only Let's Play YouTubers
I still give a sometimes
shit about.
Every once in a while, like last month, I pop back in to watch another one. He really hasn't changed that much. He's still, I mean, he has changed a bit, but.
Not much.
He's still just a nice, genuine dude, honestly.
And he's still very vulgar, which I've always appreciated about him, is that he doesn't censor himself. He does a little bit more now than he used to, but...
He just feels like a very genuine person that I could sit and have a conversation with, which a lot of YouTubers don't feel that way.
Oh, God, we should try to get him on. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, the 30 million.
Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, that'll be
Give
our
us
next
a shout
video.
out, buddy.
We're actually gonna come to your house just to ask if you can be on the podcast.
We're actually gonna go to your grandma's house and ask her if you can come on our podcast.
Yeah.
This is still the #1 podcast rated by seniors and retirees, so.
Yeah, they really need to hear this news about Halo and YouTube.
Well, there's no Halo in this one.
No, but from our last episode.
Yeah, the last one was Halo. That's true. Well, this seems like a good spot to wrap.
That was a good nostalgia bait episode.
Yeah. Don't forget to say, like, what's a good clickbait? Like, why YouTube is dead.
No, I don't want to be so negative, though. We'll do something. I'll think of something a little more positive to name this episode.
Yeah, I got nothing.
We'll think of it. But, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, or listening, or whatever you're doing, whatever platform you're on. But it better be YouTube. We love YouTube.
We love YouTube. I mean, thanks to the Spotify listeners, but, like, our YouTube name is the same as the Spotify podcast, so you could always search us up there.
Yeah, just when you're done,
we love YouTube.
When you're done listening, stop and go rewatch it on YouTube.
Yeah, everyone, don't forget, most importantly, to have a great day. Listen twice to the episode.
Listen 3 times, actually.
It's like movies. You miss a lot of stuff when you watch it the first time. So when you watch it the second, third time, you notice a lot of subtle details. So just give each episode a good 2-3 over. Real fine-tooth comb it. I want you to scrutinize us in the comments and let us know what we did wrong.
Yeah, actually, just leave as many hate comments as possible because that helps with the algorithm.
Yeah, this is the hate. Everyone thumbs down this video.
No. Thumbs up it, but leave a hate comment.
Thumbs up, but hate comment.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Alright, thanks for listening, everyone. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you enjoyed our little trip down memory lane, and hopefully we brought back some of those happy memories from when we were all 12 years old.
Special thanks to the bird for not interrupting this paid programming.
Yeah.
Alright, well, thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.